So I just got a phishing email from some low IQ soy boy. Nice try. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Let's talk to some smack in this video. So I'm checking out this video from Frank Tufano. Sounds like it's going to be an ex-vegan interview. Even though in the title it says something along the lines from vegan cult to Sv3rige's carnivore cult, which the title he later changes. I don't know why, Frank. But anyway, I'm thinking it's going to be mostly a next vegan interview, so I'm checking it out. And halfway through, it turns into this girl talking shit about Sv3rige. And look, how do you know what she's saying is true? I'm not saying she's lying, but how are you going to tell me that what she's saying is definitely true, right? I can't say she's lying. You can't say that you know what she says is true. Simple, logical, right? But there she is talking smack about Sv3rige. And look, I don't know, maybe he deserves it. But at the same time, well, I mean, who the hell is she? What do we know about this person? Does she have a channel? Has she made any video? Is there anything in the way of credibility there? No, not really. I mean, it's just some dumb blonde. Sorry, that's just what I'm seeing. Not to say that everybody with blonde hair is dumb. But this hair flinging, you know, I'm gonna venture a guess, wanna be a YouTube star. Dumb blonde is talking shit about Sv3rige, and that's all well and good, but I'm not just gonna be there listening to what she has to say, because first and foremost, it's boring, and secondly, this drama is so lame, guys. Grow the hell up, all of you. Seriously, grow the hell up. Anyway, I guess Sv3rige responds with some, Frank is gay. No shit, Sherlock. You just found that out. I mean, come on, man. Who gives a shit, right? So he likes to suck dick. Big deal. I don't know if he does or doesn't. I'm just saying, the metrosexual vibe is definitely there. The kid is sensitive. He's just a kid. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Hypocrite carnivore that I am. Fuck all you dogmatic fools. Seriously, all of you dogmatic fools. And yes, plants are toxic, which doesn't mean you shouldn't be eating any. Right? Anyway, then there's this live stream, Frank responding to Sv3rige. And look, I appreciate both guys' channels, right? I'm watching them to get what I want to get. And when I'm not getting what I want, I don't watch. It's really that simple. You don't have to, just because you're subscribed to a channel or you watch that channel doesn't mean you should be watching every video. Doesn't mean you should agree with everything you have to say. Doesn't mean you shouldn't filter some of the fucking message that they present, because it may not apply to you. It might not be genuine. Who the hell knows, right? And the same goes for me. But I appreciate both channels because I can extract what I need, and that's that. What I'm not interested in, what I find is lame, what's, doesn't really help me in any way, shape, or form, I just ignore that shit. Now, yes, I am talking about the drama. I get that. But that's because it's being brought to me. I'm getting emails from people, comments, and just other people in my subscriptions are making videos about this stuff. I just feel compelled to respond to the childish nonsense. I get what I need from these guys and their channels, and if there's other things that are lame, I just move on. I don't have the time to invest in Sv3rige's personal life story, journey, every little obstacle he has to jump over on his voyage through, the flat earth. Like it fucking matters whether it's round, flat, or somewhere in between. Like it makes a difference. You know, if Frank Tufano similarly likes to suck dick on the side, well, I mean, as long as he doesn't make eye contact, it's not gay, is it? Fuck my life. I mean, and I'm not saying he does or doesn't. I mean, the guy's a little, well, he's narcissistic, right? But so is Sv3rige. You want to say I am? I don't give a shit. I know who I am, but yeah, Frank has that metrosexual kind of a vibe about him, right? I mean, he sells cosmetics. He's always doing his hair. I mean, he's a dude talking about skincare. Is that a little bit fruity? Yeah, and then he has an acting reel where he talks to his gay lover. I mean, it is what it is. He's acted in some gay flicker. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? What does that have to do with the excellent dietary advice that he gives? I'm not saying I agree with everything he has to say, but that's because I'm not Frank and neither are you. And the same could be said about Sv3rige. He gives excellent dietary advice. Both of these guys trump anything a vegan could ever tell you about nutrition, science, real fucking life. All right? Which isn't to say that they're 100% right. Which isn't to say that I am. Yes, Sv3rige is dogmatic, but so is Frank. He seems to be changing a little bit, but he's dogmatic as fuck. Talking about Dr. Sean Baker and all this other, and Michaela Peterson, how they're, you know, misleading people and doing all that. And yeah, okay. I mean, maybe he's right. We don't really know. Maybe he's right, but it's like, that's their journey and it's working for them. I'm glad there is a variety of opinions out there. Even vegans. I mean, clearly, we can all see clearly that if you eat the vegan diet for, oh well, just long enough, whatever that means for you, you're going to deteriorate. You're going to look like shit. You're not going to be happy. It's not going to end well for you. I mean, we've seen this over and over and over again. You'd have to be insane to say otherwise. And because vegans do say otherwise, well, they're simply insane. This isn't very difficult to figure out. And if the same thing starts happening to people on the carnivore diet, well, tough luck. Eat some veggies as well. Big fucking deal. Have an orange once in a while if you're worried about scurvy. Jesus Christ, it's not that difficult, guys. Which isn't to say that eating nothing but steak or eating nothing but plants couldn't work for some people, but for most of us, the truth is going to be somewhere in between. It's not a big deal. Let me take another sip of my coffee. Plant-based, baby. Fuck. But, you know, they got their little lame-o, immature, childish thing going on, Sv3rige and Tufano, and it looks fake as fuck to me. It looks contrived. I'm not saying that they like each other. I'm not saying that there's no beef there. Definitely tons of beef. But, I mean, if you don't think it's for the views, you're a fucking idiot. Of course it is. Drama sells, and all of you supposed carnivores talking all this shit about vegans and their drama because of their diet, how emotional and unstable and all these other things that they are. Well, I mean, take a look in the fucking mirror. But then again, maybe we shouldn't be surprised about Sv3rige and Frank having their little YouTube drama because both of those clowns used to be vegan. And no offense to any of you ex-vegans, like, you know, we all make mistakes. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm sure as hell have made them. Not that one, though. So I get to talk shit about all of you ex-vegans. And if you were a vegan at one point, whether it's Frank or Sv3rige, I mean, just the same thing I said about food guidelines, right? You were convinced that this was the way to go. And I don't buy this whole thing that Frank was just trying it. Because every single fucking vegan that I encounter is convinced that this is the way to go until it fails them. So the same goes for Sv3rige. Both of them were in the vegan fucking cult, so it should come as no surprise that, you know, they have bitch tendencies. But I like both of them to a degree, right? I probably wouldn't hang out with either guy because I don't go to gay clubs. And, you know, whatever, man. None of that shit matters, honestly. I'm just tickled by the disingenuous, just the phoniness of the whole thing, man. At least that's how I perceive it. Not saying that there isn't some beef there, but it's like, really? You guys are gonna act like a couple of bitches. And I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. Tufano threatening to shut down people's channels. Look, Frank, I like you, man. You're an alright guy in my book, right? But that's not cool. And yeah, it's obvious you want to be a YouTube superstar and you want to go far and use this YouTube platform to eventually ditch it and go on to bigger and better things, right? You're just using us, and that's fine because, well, no one has to watch any of your shit, and you do give good dietary advice, and you know what you're talking about. And I get what I get from your channel, and I appreciate the work that you put in, and I wish you nothing but the best. But let's not act like Frank isn't here just to use us, which isn't to say we shouldn't be using him, but eventually, if everything works out, he's going to say, fuck you, YouTube, I'm on to bigger and better things, right? And that's fine. But let's not act like his only goal in life is to help you. You know what I mean? And let's not act like that's not going to, the fact that, you know, he's in it to satisfy some narcissistic, not saying he is a narcissist, there's a difference, some narcissistic urge, wanting to be rich and famous and all of that other stuff, right? Let's not act like that may or may not at some point, you know, sway his message. Don't be surprised if Frank starts recommending more and more veggies all of a sudden in your diet. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying if your diet keeps changing and morphing, which is the case with just about all of us, that doesn't mean that just because we're here right now that this is the end point of our journey, that we've all figured it out, right? You got to keep an open mind. But again, if your message keeps changing, your diet keeps changing, ultimately what you're admitting is that you were wrong, while telling other people that you're completely right and what they're doing is wrong. Do you see the hypocrisy? That's all I'm talking about. But like, you know, Frank makes this response, live stream, and I'm watching kinda a little bit, listening, you know, doing my shit, phone in my pocket, I'm listening. He gets a super chat, ooh, how spontaneous, from somebody talking about, can you talk about Sv3rige's pedo history or something along those lines, right? And he acts like, oh, he doesn't know what's going on. Oh, what do you mean? Are you talking about this video that I have queued up over here in a tab I haven't let you see yet? Well, let's go right to it if that's what you're talking about. No, that wasn't set up at all, Frankie. Come on, don't insult our intelligence, bro. Be honest. Anyway, and then, you know, he shows us one of Sv3rige's videos from back in the day. Clearly, the kid was disturbed. I don't know. Clearly, he's got some issues he's working through and using YouTube as a psychologist couch. I don't know. Whatever. All the best to him. I hope he figures his shit out. But if you're sitting there and telling me that you don't have any mental issues, well, you're a fucking liar. But it's, you know, it's easy to point fingers at the people that make videos, provide us with content that we watch because we get something out of it. We might not like all of it again, but we do get something out of it. It's so easy to point a finger at those people when you, yourself, don't have any videos. Let's see your ugly ass. Whether it's the outside or the innards. Let's see it. Let us judge you. If you are so without fault. Give me a break. So, this YouTube drama, like a lot of it is contrived. I'm not saying there isn't some real beef there, definitely there is, but a lot of it is contrived, and the reason why it goes on is because it gets views, and all of you clowns, and you could call me a clown too for participating in it, I don't give a fuck. All of you clowns participating in it and encouraging it and taking this side or that side, I mean, you're no different than anybody else. What is this shit about? Is this about health and diet? Is this about figuring that shit out, or is this about talking shit about each other? Because we disagree, because we have different opinions, and our egos are so fucking huge and our balls so tiny that we can't handle the fact that somebody has a different fucking opinion. Which still doesn't mean that they couldn't be right or you couldn't be right, or both of you could be right at the same time. I mean, after all, we are all different. So, I'm not buying this shit, man, and I think it's lame and I think it's immature. And one more thing about Sv3rige's tactics, for which he gets criticized a lot. Yeah, no, I mean, his ideology is all out of whack and it's self-refuting. There's no doubt about that. He contradicts himself, right? This is natural, that isn't natural. It's like, well, I mean, come on, how is having a YouTube channel and using money natural? Of course it isn't. So it's like, if that's the standard, try to live up to it. As far as his tactics, him going to these vegan protests and doing what he does, look, that's apparently what's helping him cope with whatever his reality is, whatever issues he got. And, in that sense, that's fine. But let's try to be honest. Right, Frank? If you're saying you don't give a fuck about vegans in so many of your videos and you talk so much shit about vegans, I don't really care about vegans, for the record. If you're vegan and in my opinion, if you're vegan and you're saying that your diet is the healthiest diet for every single human being out there, especially you, not only are you retarded, pseudoscientific, and just probably mentally ill, man. I don't have very much respect for you, period. Because the evidence says something completely different than what you're saying. And if you're going to ignore that, well, don't expect me to respect you. You're not an honest person. But, don't tell me that vegans are retarded and they're going to die and all this other stuff, and then tell me that you don't care about them, but then show up at a vegan event with a sign saying that you're saving vegans. You're not saving vegans. You're just satisfying some kind of a fucking urge because you have some hate in your soul, man. You're upset because I don't know why. Allow me to speculate, though. Maybe because you got tricked into the cult and it ruined your physical, mental health. I mean, go look at Sv3rige's old videos. Just listen to him. Just look at him. He's doing I'm not saying he's perfect, but he's doing far better now on this diet that he's on. Far better. The difference is dramatic. The difference is exactly the kind of difference you see with vegans not being vegan and then going vegan, except in reverse, right? As if that wasn't a strong enough fucking signal. All you vegan muppets out there. Anyway, maybe he's pissed off because he got tricked into the cult. It ruined his health, mental and physical, and now he's back. Not saying that there weren't any underlying brain issues as with in the case of vegan gains, right? But, he's better now. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he seems a lot better now. Maybe he's pissed off and just wants to attack vegans for that reason. And, who am I to say that he doesn't have the right to do that? However, be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with everybody else, and people will respect you more. Right? And showing up, if you truly want to save the vegans, help people and spread the message, which that component is definitely there. It seems to be there, at least. And you're not just trying to tell them how stupid they are, belittle them, right? Well, maybe don't show up at the vegan protest bathed in fucking animal blood. I mean, what does that remind me of? That reminds me of those vegan protests in Pamplona, or was it Barcelona? I don't remember. But, that video I made about veganuary, that's exactly what that reminds me of. And, that brings me back to the fact that Sv3rige used to be vegan. You know what I mean? Is he still vegan in some respects? Was he infected with veganism to a degree that's still kind of there? Has he not completely cured himself of the insanity and the demonic possession of some of these vegans, right? Perhaps. But like, if you really want to be effective, you want to reach people, especially the people that disagree with you, why do you go to the protest and throw that which they hate right in their faces? Why not soften the blow? Why not show up? And I'm not saying you have to do this exactly, but if that were me and I wanted to do that, or do what you say you want to do, I would like dress up in a suit or something, bring my beautiful girlfriend, I'm talking about you now, have her dress up beautifully as well, I don't know, set up a table with some nice tablecloth, plates with utensils, like what civilized people do. And maybe some wine glasses with blood in them if you so choose, and some raw meat on your plate. Sitting there being nice, smiling, having a wonderful conversation, and eating your meal. Acting like civilized fucking people. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it doesn't need to be that exactly, but you know what I'm saying. Just be cordial, be nice, smile, talk to people. Don't call them retarded or stupid. If you truly want to reach them, and explain to them what it is you're doing and why you're doing it. And if somebody questions you and brings you this vegan dogma to you, and I know these talking points are so retarded, I know they are. Pseudoscientific, they don't make any sense. And yes, vegans are aggressive. But, so are you. Well, ex-vegan, I suppose. Maybe not exactly. Just soften the blow, be nice about it, address people respectfully, don't be so condescending. Don't be such a prick. I mean, you used to be in their shoes, exactly. It's like you're wishing for them and their health to fail just so you could be there laughing at them saying, I told you so. That's not trying to help people. If that's what you want to do, and I'm not saying I am, right? I'm not saying that that's my goal. My channel is for me to fucking vent. And if I could catch some of the young gullible people before they go vegan, well then that's great. I'm not really trying to convert any vegans. I'm not. I completely understand what I'm dealing with. So I don't fucking fool myself that I can do that. But anyway, be cool, fool. If you want respect, give it. If you're telling me you want to save these vegans, well, you're not doing that. You're attacking them. So just be honest with your message and everybody will respect you. They might not like you, but they'll respect you. If they're being honest with themselves, right? If they're not being hypocrites, then they will respect you. But as far as you two ex-vegan fucking girly boys, Tufano and Sv3rige, look, that's your beef, man. Do whatever you think is necessary to grow your channel and do whatever the fuck you think you gotta do, right? It's not really any of my business, but that's not why I watch either one of you guys, and I just had to talk about the dishonesty, what I perceive as dishonesty, and this whole like contrived fucking drama that's really, it's really lame as fuck. It shows me that you guys got bitch tendencies, both of you, and you really, if you're telling me you're so different than the vegans you used to be, well, fucking act like it. You know what I mean? Act like it. Anyway, good luck to the both of you. I like both of your channels to a degree. And if there's something that I don't like, I just don't watch. I'm not interested in this bitch-made drama, man. Leave that shit to the vegans. Seriously. Anyway, now's the time you get to call me a fucking hypocrite because I dared to address this nonsense. But the reason why I do is because from this BS drama that you guys are having, what's going to follow is people flagging each other's videos because somebody crossed the line, somebody's a little too butthurt, and this goal that you have of growing your channel, I mean, ultimately, you're going to show how fucking hypocritical you are and how counterproductive your bullshit is. Because it doesn't take much for someone to take your channel down. And even less so, it seems, with every passing day. So, you know, I don't know, man. Tufano's already expressed his desire to shut people's channels down, and that's not cool, man. I don't care who it comes from, whether it's a vegan or a meat eater. If that's truly what you want to do, even though we might agree on, you know, what we should be eating as a species, you're no friend of mine, man. You are no friend of mine if you truly think that you have some kind of right to shut someone's channel down because they said something about you. And maybe the way for you to vent is to engage in this bullshit ass drama, maybe. And if that's what you gotta do in order not to flag their videos down, I mean, I guess I could live with that. Except I won't be, because I'm done talking about your personal little drama insofar as it doesn't, you know, affect the bigger picture. But I hope to have a hangout this Saturday in the AM. I don't know when yet. Talking about more YouTube drama, but not because people are beefing with one another. No, but because of the broader implications. I find this sort of behavior disturbing, and I'm sick and tired of some of you people, man. How deaf, dumb, and fucking blind some of you are. How you say one thing and then you do the exact opposite. Anyway, I hope to talk about Vegan Gains, if I could get some people to come through, and how he's been censored. Maybe some of the rumors, some of the shit that's going on. So hopefully that's going to happen this Saturday morning. My internet, I got an upgrade recently, so hopefully all that goes well. I hate sounding like a fucking robot. And yeah, man. Seriously, Frank, Gatis, seriously, like, honestly. Can you get over your petty, bitch-made bullshit? Seriously, can you get over all of that? Have a live stream, do a hangout together, and just tell each other how you feel about one another. And, you know, if it gets a little too fucking rated, get a fucking room. Couple of fucking fags. Flag my video down. I don't give a fuck. Thank you for listening.